The Moon. Very first card out. Somebody's keeping some secrets. Somebody's keeping some secrets, and it's a big one. I feel like it's very imperative, which is why it came out so quickly. Somebody doesn't want you to know that they're up to something. They don't want you to know that they're taking some kind of action. Some kind of action towards you. Fiercely. Page of Swords. They don't want you to know that they're watching you. They feel like they have been watching you in secret. And maybe they have more than you're aware of. But based off of what they've seen, it spurred them to want to make movement. Two of Pentacles. This is somebody who has two agendas. One with you and something that they're doing in the background. But I feel like they need to touch base with you while they're keeping this other thing up in the air. Whatever it is, it's still a work in progress. Ace of Wands in the reverse and the Queen of Wands in the reverse. The person that's watching you could be a Queen of Wands in the reverse. It could be somebody who is casting the evil eye on you, trying to control a situation, trying to, I wanted to say control you, but I don't think that that's possible. They're trying to control a situation to keep you in the dark on something that they're doing in the dark. Now this could be also another individual who wants to keep from you that they're dealing with a Queen of Wands in the reverse, and that they have some kind of manipulative, this Queen of Wands has some kind of manipulative hold on them where they're using their sex. They're playing this person's shadows against them. But it seems to me like this person is a willing participant. They're willing participant, but at the same time, they don't understand or realize the level that they are being manipulated. Otherwise, I think that they would resist. So this could be somebody who is dealing with a Queen of Wands, but also has been watching you, and they want to make some kind of movement towards you. Clarify this Queen of Wands in the reverse. Is this somebody that somebody is dealing with, or is this the person that's watching you? You have the Two of Swords in the reverse, the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and the King of Wands in the reverse. This is somebody, it's both. This is somebody who is dealing with a King of Wands. And they feel like they're losing out on this opportunity with this King of Wands. Because the King of Wands also has an interest in you. But this is somebody who is losing out on their connection with the King of Wands, or anticipates that they will. And so they're watching you because this King of Wands has an interest in you. And they're trying to put up a blockage to keep you from also benefiting from this King of Wands in some way. This could be a couple where they have arrangements or agreements, or both of these people engage in sexually explicit activities, but they both may also participate in energy harvesting. The Hierophant and the reverse. This feels like in the past they were a couple who engaged in energy harvesting with each other as a part of a group or a coven. For some of you, this could be a criminal, people who are part of a criminal organization. But this King of Wands, I feel like you were a target for the energy harvesting, right? And they went back and they shared it with this Queen of Wands. And that was the intention when they initiated contact with you or engaging with you. But I don't know if it is your energy or if it is something else. But you were supposed to serve a purpose and then be gone out of the picture. However, this Queen of Wands feels like this King of Wands is slipping out of their grasp, because they have been watching this King of Wands, and they know that this King of Wands has been watching you. And they feel like whatever ties or commitments that they had with each other are falling apart because of you. So they are trying to orchestrate a blockage to keep you and this King of Wands from communicating. Four of Cups. This Queen of Wands sees what's going on right in front of their face, but they're trying to act like they don't see it. They're trying to act like they don't realize that you, being this other cup, is being offered. They're trying to keep this other person from noticing you or for seeing you for what and who you are. Knight of Cups in the reverse. They're trying to, like, the words I got was engage in conflict, but it makes me feel like they are really trying to, if there are any emotions or feelings between you and the King of Wands, they're trying to hamper that or damper that and turn you against each other. And I guess whenever I say engage in conflict, it makes me feel like they're doing spell work or saying things, like verbally manipulating a situation, where they're planting seeds in this person's ear to make them think some type of way about you, or they're planting seeds in your ear to make you think some type of way about them. But I'm feeling honestly like it's more energetic, and that this Queen of Wands is doing spell work to make sure that you don't see each other on the same page, to make sure that there is conflict between you, to kill any kind of sprout or root where something could possibly grow, where something could possibly be acknowledged, because they have already staked a claim on this connection, and while they're willing to share it physically to some extent, they're not willing to give it up. Ten of Wands. Your connection with this King of Wands, or this connection, or this King of Wands' feelings towards you, I feel like remain unspoken. But this Queen of Wands is, I don't even want to say naturally intuitive, but maybe naturally intuitive to an extent, but more like they do some kind of divination, where whatever this King of Wands is trying to hide has been revealed to them. And whatever has been revealed to them, and I feel like it's this King of Wands' true emotions and who those emotions are for, is causing this Queen of Wands a great deal of burden, because they feel the pressure of loss. Like, everything that they were trying to hold on to, as far as what they were getting from the relationship, whether or not that's material needs met, money, energy in order to manifest. These people do sex magic together. But if they don't become a wedge between the two of you, or mix up this masculine's emotions or feelings, or your emotions or feelings, if they don't become a wedge, then they stand to lose all of that. Six of Pentacles. Like, their goal originally was to take from you, to take your money, energy, resources, and use it towards their manifestations, or to whatever it was that they wanted or needed. But that is this Queen of Wands' personality trait. Like, it's not just towards you. Unbeknownst to this King of Wands, this Queen of Wands is just using them also. And it's kind of like they say, if you end up with somebody who cheats, like if they cheated on somebody to be with you, just be prepared they're going to cheat on you. Well, if you were working with somebody to harvest energy or harvest money, or to take from them, and you had a partner in doing this, don't put it past them to do that to you. Five of Cups. Two ways. I feel like one thing that this Queen of Wands has picked up on outside of divination is they can sense this masculine's feeling of loss. They sense that they know that this masculine has left something behind, and that they continue to reflect on it. It's almost as if when this masculine is in their presence, even though they are present, they're not really there, because their head is somewhere else, and their head is somewhere with you. This hurts this Queen of Wands. But more than sadness, it makes this Queen of Wands want to take vengeance, because how dare anybody take anything from them. I guess hurt people. So, this Queen of Wands is hurt because they have some rejection, abandonment wounds of not being good enough, of, like, I feel like this is a low caste kind of person, where always in their life, it's like, no judgment, because I'm like the same way. But just as an example, it's like, there's Abercrombie and Fitch, and then there's Walmart. This person is Walmart. I'm Walmart too. No offense. But this person is Walmart, and it seems like they always get the short end of the deal. They don't shop at Walmart because that's what they prefer, that's their preference. It's because that's all they can do. It's all they can get. Let's say if this person was a hooker, that there are high-end escorts, and then there's the streetwalkers. This is a streetwalker. This is not a high-end type of person. And they feel like anytime that there's something of value, that they can't come by it, or they have to come by it in a shady way. They can't just get it outright or justified or earn it. They don't have it coming to them. They have to manipulate a way in order to gain something of quality or substance. And it feels like this is what is hurting this Queen of Wands. Because this masculine having an eye for you, and flip the energies how they go. If you're a man and this is a woman, or you're a woman and this is a man, whatever. Just flip it however it goes. I'm going to say it the way the story makes sense to me. It's like this masculine having had chosen her or had this person as a partner, and then all of a sudden their eye being caught by something else stirs up this feeling of rejection, and they anticipate abandonment because in their past they had been rejected, they had been abandoned, they weren't enough. And you know that meme where the guy and the girl's walking down the street and they're like arm in arm, and this other girl walks past and the guy's like, dang, and the girl that's holding his arm is like, what the F? Yeah, that's what this is. It's like, what the F? What am I, chopped liver? And it almost is like a rhetorical question, because they don't expect an answer to the question, am I chopped liver? They already feel like chopped liver. They already feel like they're not good enough. They already know this. And this masculine looking at something else or letting something else catch their eye just seems confirmation to them about something about themselves that already hurts them, that they're already aware of. It's just like confirmation that I'm not shit. But I also feel like this Queen of Wands is not somebody who projects that they ain't shit. They're somebody who projects that they're hot shit. But they try really hard to do this. This is also somebody who likes to catch the eyes of other masculines themselves. So it's almost like what they put out, they're getting back right now. Because I feel like even within the confines of their connection, this Queen of Wands saw attention or energy from other masculine figures, maybe even other feminine figures. They wanted to get that energy and attention and validation any way that they could. So even if at one point they were like, all right, so, we were just using these people for the resources or for harvesting energy or to get money out of them, we're still a team. We're still going to do this together. We're going to be together. And at some point they may have been like, all right, well, let's put that to the side and just focus on what we have going on. But in the meantime, this Queen of Wands couldn't let old habits die. Old habits die hard. So even whenever they were making a more solid commitment between the two of them, this Queen of Wands was still using her feminine wiles to entrap other people, other masculine energies, other feminine energies. It's like people who agreed that they were gonna rob banks together, and then they finally felt like they had enough money, or they felt like it was gonna be too risky, and then they quit robbing banks. but one person was addicted to the thrill and they continued to rob banks behind the other one's back, right? And this is what this is like. This Queen of Wands continued to do what they were doing together behind the other person's back. And it's like in those arrangements where, and also no judgment because grown people can do whatever they want to do, but like in those arrangements when you're like, all right, we have a relationship, but it's an open relationship, but the rule is I gotta know what you're doing and you gotta know what I'm doing, and we can't do anything without the other person knowing. Like, we can have threesomes, but only if the other person is aware or involved. And it's like a feeling of like they agreed to have an open relationship, but then they decided, well, let's just focus on us. But then this Queen of Wands continued to make these outside connections, breaking the rules without the other person knowing. And it's like kind of like karma bit this person, I want to say in the back, even though that doesn't make any sense. In the back instead of in the butt. Karma kind of bit this person in the back because, you know, well, they were out flitting around, breaking the rules, doing whatever. This masculine, who they thought they had under control. I don't think the masculine realized this, but the Queen of Wands thought she had the King of Wands under control. This King of Wands ended up coming across a mark. It was supposed to be a mark, a target, but it became a real connection. So the King of Wands broke the rules also. One good turn deserves another. But this Queen of Wands is very power hungry. And it doesn't matter if she really wants this connection or not. She just doesn't want to lose. She wants the title. She wants to be the winner. And even if they stay together, she's not going to stop doing what she's doing because she likes, I was going to say the attention, but I'm hearing being worshipped. Right? This is somebody that uses their body as a tool to get the energy from people that she desires to have. Seven of Swords in the reverse. Whatever kind of deception or trickery has been afoot has been revealed. Like somebody found out about something that somebody was hiding. This masculine could have found out about what this Queen of Wands was up to behind their back that they were hiding. And this Queen of Wands subsequently could have found out about these feelings that this masculine was hiding for somebody else. Or that if this masculine intended on possibly leaving with things that they had manifested, be that energy, be that resources. Somebody was planning on leaving somebody, and I don't feel like it was the Queen of Wands planning on leaving, because she's a leech and she wants to milk anybody for anything that they have for as long as she can milk them. So I don't see her willingly walking away. But this King of Wands in the reverse has a new motivation to call them to walk away. And I feel like he was going to take something with him unbeknownst to her. Be it money, be it energy, be it his own energy, be it resources, be it a child, something. This Queen of Wands was going to lose something because he was going to take it with him whenever he left. And she found out about that. And she could have found out about this either through divination or because she saw some kind of paper trail or bit of evidence, or she was putting two and two together based off of what she was seeing with her own eyes. Five of Wands in the reverse. So thus sensing this masculine's plan to move on whatever conflict that was going on between the two of them, arguments, drama, this Queen of Wands decided it was time to smooth that over. Smooth over the drama, smooth over the conflict, and they may have hooked them in and got them like back vulnerable and in their near vicinity by being this sexual being, by tempting this person's shadows. But they're trying to smooth things over long enough for the masculine to think that everything is okay between them. I don't want to say everything is okay between them though, because the Queen of Wands feels like somebody who holds a grudge. And even if they're acting like everything is fine, all is forgiven, and I just want to be with you, and I was only so emotional because it hurt me, and blah, 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 blah. Excuses, feigned vulnerability. They're really just trying to keep control over this masculine. And like I was saying earlier, this Queen of Wands feels like she's controlling this masculine. And maybe she fucking is. Maybe she is. Because it seems like the masculine falls for her shit hook, line, and sinker. Every time she gets him in a position of vulnerability. Long enough to fuck up his brain. Ten of Swords. Like I said, this Queen of Wands holds a grudge though. And every time she seems like everything's fine, really in the background she's plotting on how she's going to take her revenge. So this is the energy of somebody who refuses to let somebody else go and pulls them back in long enough to make them think that everything is okay, everything is fine. I really want to work this out. I don't see me with anybody but you. But really in the background, this is somebody who is harboring blackmail or is going to use something that they share in the shadows against this masculine in order to just bring a complete ending. On the deep, deep, deep darker side, this is not going to be for everybody. Because in most cases, I think the Queen of Wands just really wants to hurt this masculine, like hurt him real bad. But on the deep, deep side, this could be somebody who even could be plotting an eventual death. Like, if this person is going to leave me anyhow, I might as well, because I said, milk them for everything they can for as long as they can. And if they think this person potentially leaving them is inevitable, this is the type of person who, knowing this, would pretend like everything is fine long enough to extend the milking process. This is somebody who would go and get an insurance policy and then plan this masculine's death, so they can get everything that they can while they can. Because you're not going to just leave me like that. You're not going to just leave me high and dry. If it's not that drastic, for those of you who it's not that drastic for, I feel like For at least one person or a couple people, it is that drastic. But for those of you who it's not that drastic, this could be somebody who, like, if they are aware that this person does illegal things, if they're aware that this masculine is engaging in illegal things, like skimming money off of the top, or whatever activities that they're involved in. Like I said, this is somebody who will either gain, harbor, and use blackmail, or this is somebody who will set them up to be caught, to go to prison. This is somebody who is, they're not going to lose. Like, even if I lose, I don't lose. This masculine needs to get their head out of the clouds. Like, just because you've been with somebody for a long time doesn't mean that you have their loyalty. If you've been with them a long time, then you should have seen enough to know what this person is capable of. You should have seen, like, when they are projecting a face to everybody else, you should have been the one who was able to peer behind the mask and see what's really there. And if they can hide what's really there to everybody else and you know who that person is, don't put it past them to be who they are to you. Like, you can't get upset or get mad if you're dealing with somebody and they show you who they are and then they be who they are. Like, how are you surprised? We have the Five of Swords in the reverse. This could be somebody who wants to conquer some kind of competition or conflict. Yeah, if there's another love interest, like this Queen of Wands, this Ten of Swords here, could possibly be for the masculine, but it may not be for the masculine. It may be for whoever the masculine's love interest is. Like, this is the energy of, if I walk in on my man with another woman, I'm not only kicking her fucking ass, or kicking his ass, I'm kicking her ass. So it's like, neither one of these people are going to be unscathed. They're going to pretend like everything is fine long enough to get their revenge or seek their retribution, or they may plan on doing something to this masculine's other interest to get them out of the picture so that they can keep them to themselves for as long as they can. Because even if they got this other love interest out of the picture and this masculine still was not fully in, like they want them to be in, this is still an option. This is somebody who is very, you know, I was going to say smart. And I feel like even if they are intellectually smart, or even if they're not, like book smart, this is somebody who's definitely street smart. And this is somebody who was raised this way. This is somebody who may have had a narcissistic mother who taught them the way to get what they want out of people and out of life and out of things. And to them, it's all about survival. It's about survival, and the fact that they were raised by this narcissistic mother, they have some narcissistic tendencies themselves. And so it's partly ego too. Like, it's survival, but some of this shit they don't need to do in order to survive. Some of it's simply because you've slighted them, and you're not going to do that to them, you see. No. Because I feel like this Queen of Wands could just walk away from the situation and be all right, because they have this survival instinct. They know how to get what it is that they want, even if they can't naturally manifest it, even if they know ways to manipulate their resources. Like, they're a dark magician. They're not a magician where they can just manifest, but they're a dark magician where they manipulate other people, they manipulate energies in order to get what they want. So it makes me feel like they could just walk away from the situation and be fine. But they're not going to walk away from the situation. They're not going to walk away, and they'll be damned if somebody's going to walk away from them. Which is crazy to me, because why would you want to force somebody who no longer wants to be with you to be with you? Why would you want to be with somebody who doesn't want to be with you? Maybe you have so much bad karma and shit racked up that you don't deserve to have somebody to be loving and caring and kind to you because you haven't been that to other people. But if that's not the case, if you do try and you just don't know any better, why would you not want somebody to love and care about you and nurture you? And the bottom line is because you don't think that you're worthy. Because there's still things that you tell yourself that you don't deserve it. Because you know your secrets. You know your secrets, and you don't feel like there's any kind of way the universe, God, whoever, will let you have nice things because you haven't been nice. This is somebody who, even though they projects that they're hot shit, that they're top of the line, on the inside parts, they feel lowly. They feel like scum. They feel like they have been rejected by people and things and life and the world. This is the energy of somebody who was not popular growing up, or maybe was bullied or picked on growing up, and they never should have been. But this is the energy of somebody who, instead of becoming better and proving people wrong, this is the kind of person that writes the list to seek their vengeance. Their hit list, if you will. Like, this is somebody who gets even. They don't hold their head high and let success be their retribution. They actually have to get even with the people that have hurt them. And I feel like that's sad, because you do deserve better. You didn't deserve all of those hurts and the manipulation and the parenting or lack of parenting that you had. You deserved love. You deserved love, and you didn't get it, and now it's created some kind of monster. But you have a choice. You have a choice. It doesn't matter what you have been through, what you have learned, what you have become. It's up to you whether or not you stop the process of evolution. If you decide to stop the process of evolution and you decide to stay on the projected path that you are on, then you get what you get, and you cannot change that. You cannot change it. But if you recognize some of these things within yourself, and you want to do better, and you try to do better, and you truly understand that you didn't deserve all of that bullshit, and that you do deserve more, and you can forgive yourself for the dark shit that you participated in, for the manipulation that you participated in, if you can forgive yourself because you know why and how you got that way, then maybe you can realize and understand that you deserve more than what you've been giving to yourself, than what you've been allowing yourself to have. You have let people use you and fondle you and demean you. You've let them, because you thought that was the only way that you could find worth and value. That was your choice. It doesn't matter if people have made you a victim. At the end of the day, if they know who you are and they continue to deal with you and they get what they get, you know who they are. If you let people use you, you let them use you. The best thing you can do is walk away. Do better. Create better karma for yourself. Get what you deserve. Love yourself enough to know that you deserve to have more than settling for less. The same way this masculine is. It doesn't matter this soul tie that you have, this bond that you feel like you have. If it's toxic, it's toxic. Do you not want more before you die? Do you not want to experience genuine love without manipulation? This is somebody who will also do a love spell. I'm against that. Because why would you not want it to be genuine and authentic? Even if you can't have the person that you want, maybe the person that you want isn't what's best for you. There's somebody out there who complements and matches you perfectly, who will understand your wounds and help you heal through them and not manipulate them because they're toxic and unhealed too, which is this masculine was toxic and unhealed also, and y'all just used each other. Everybody needs to heal. You heal. Healing for you and healing for you and healing for you. Come on, can't we all just be happy? Can't we all just be happy? Like, you need to find your happiness, and you need to let this masculine find their happiness, because if you really love them or had the feelings for them or the bond for them that you said that you do, that you act like you do, then unconditional love is loving them whether or not they meet your conditions or not. And if you really love them, don't you want them to be happy? If you really loved yourself, don't you want to be happy? Why do you want to be laid up in a room with somebody who is thinking about somebody else? Or isn't thinking about somebody else only because you sprinkled a little something something in their dinner? Or did a ritual while they were at work? Why? Why would you want that? Anyway, everybody needs to do better, and everybody needs to realize that who they have come to know, like, don't be surprised when they are who they say that they are. Don't be surprised when they are who they say that they are. And if you can't let it go, then you have those consequences to blame for yourself. You're not going to be a victim of anything. It's going to be your choice. That's all I got.